Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different revelations as well as saga-wide implications in this film that'll make us view both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in a totally different way. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one aspect of Episode 9 that a lot of people are really looking forward to is, of course, exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to handle all of the different changes to the Star Wars franchise. And what I mean by this is, of course, all the different revelations in this film that are going to have a major impact on the prequels and the originals. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions and, of course, one of the plans by Disney, Lucasfilm, J.J. Abrams, and crew, this is where things begin to get very intriguing for this movie. Now, specifically, it's described that George Lucas was involved with one of the big decisions for the film to include new truths about the Chosen One prophecy, as well as changing the concept of the Chosen One in the Skywalker saga with J.J. Abrams. It's described that many of the ancient artifacts that Kylo and Rey will handle in the film will also hold a connection to one of the big revelations of the prophecy. Additionally, it's said that the character of Palpatine will reveal new truths about the origins of the Chosen One and exactly where it came from, and that it will be used in a way to connect the film to the prequels. Additionally, it's described that Mark Hamill shot scenes in the form of a Force ghost, where he was delivering dialogue related to some of the revelations involving his father Anakin, as well as new reveals of the Chosen One and what it means during the events of the sequel trilogy. It's implied that the Chosen One and how fans see it will be changed, and that George Lucas directed some of the scenes that executes this idea on the big screen. So I want to go over a couple of parts about all of this, obviously, because we do know that this movie really is going to have a lot of these earth-shaking twists and turns, as Richard E. Grant has said before in the past on the Radio Times. So, to me, I feel like that this is not only a big risk by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ, and crew, but at the same exact time, it could also change our entire perception on exactly what Star Wars really is. You know, at the end of the day, Anakin Skywalker is the true Chosen One. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts. And it seems as if they are trying to change the idea of the Chosen One prophecy and exactly how they are approaching all of this. Now, what's really interesting to me, though, is how Mark Hamill, as Luke Skywalker, shot some scenes in the form of a Force ghost where he's talking to Rey, giving her some lessons and telling her about some new revelations related to, of course, the Chosen One prophecy. Now, a lot of these revelations are said to actually change everything that we know in the prequel trilogy era and exactly where this all stands in, of course, the sequel trilogy era. And I think that that is one big thing that JJ is trying to do here, is that it seems like that JJ is really trying to make this film his masterpiece, right? If you will, a classic, if you will, where a lot of people are going to talk about it for years on end. And you can only imagine, you know, how hard he's really trying in order to really make this movie reflect or have a massive impact on the prequels and the originals. Now, the other piece that also, you know, gives me some hope in this big decision is that George Lucas was actually involved in this big decision related to all these different changes to the Chosen One prophecy being a thing in Episode 9. So the fact that George was involved, you know, it tells us that it may very well be in the right hands here of exactly, you know, what kind of changes are coming our way for the Chosen One itself. Now, a lot of the ancient artifacts that will be in the hands of both Kylo Ren and Rey will also play a role in delivering a lot of the new truths and revelations related to the Chosen One prophecy. So like I say, you know, we will be learning a whole lot more about this in the Shrines of the Sith, as well as the Lost City, which is a location that contains the Land of Warriors, which is a place full of Jedi relics, statues, and ruins. And I cannot wait, personally, to see exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to utilize, you know, all of these different elements of the Star Wars franchise into one big, massive movie. Now, moving on from all of this, we do know that this film really is going to focus on Rey and Kylo Ren, as well as tapping into the prequel trilogy era. And by doing so, it seems like that JJ, you know, really wants to make this film feel like an authentic Star Wars movie, but at the same exact time, he really wants to create tones of the prequels and the originals mixed in with original content that fans have never seen before on the big screen. So when we look at everything else here related to the actual movie itself, you know, we do know that JJ is trying to move past, you know, everything related to The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and what was done in those films, and is really trying his very best in order to make this film stand on its own and feel like a separate movie in and on itself. And then I've honestly expressed this numerous times before, but I feel like that Episode 9 really is a direct sequel to that of Episode 7, where Episode 8 seems like it's just a movie in and on itself, and that Episode 9 is the true sequel to, of course, Episode 7, The Force Awakens. That's what it seems like in my book, and I think a lot of that has all to do with J.J. Abrams returning as a director and a writer for, of course, this movie. So overall, guys, you know, let me know what you think on whether or not this is a bad or a good decision by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ, and crew. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.